There we go. Now it's working. Welcome, everyone. I swear I'm going to learn how to do this properly one day. Welcome, everyone. It's VM Campos. Welcome to another streaming Saturday. Here it is, approximately 8 p.m. Pacific Time, Daylight Standard Time. Boo, Daylight Standard Time. Not Daylight Standard Time, Daylight Savings Time. And if you're new to the stream, we're basically going to play some Magic. We're going to build some decks. Welcome, Superhero 60. Welcome to the stream. So I'm just doing my intro for the moment. I'm going to check all my cameras are working fine. We'll do some gameplay. We'll have some fun stuff. Got a lot planned for today. So a full screen cam looks pretty good. Jumping over to the webcam. The web browser cam, that one looks good. We'll be able to jump online and do some fun things there. Jumping over to the card cam. Got the card cam here. We've got some packs of cards we will open up a little bit later. So card cam looks pretty good. Jumping back. The amazing cam looks pretty good. Somehow I am in the game. How did I hack the game? You'll never know. And then the game itself is right here. Whoops, oh, there we go. All right, so and the game is right here. So we're going to do some arena and so forth. Other things planned. We can see right below me on the schedule. We've got some gold digging to do. I've been letting it add up. So I've got to get that gold. We're going to do a crack-a-pack. I got real-life packs to crack open. And build some decks, and I think we're also maybe going to play this mixed up sealed event. We're going to build some decks, so tell me in the chat what deck you'd like to build. We'll see about building it, and then maybe do some piano practice. I got my piano over there. Maybe we'll play a little piano. Any requests? Tell me in the chat. We'll play some piano. Open another pack. Got some more packs to open, and then MAME. We might do some MAME gameplay. So those are the goals for tonight. And we'll go for a few hours, usually 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours. Where does the time go? But I'm drinking my iced coffee, so we'll make it. So how's everyone doing? Gonna get into the gold digging here. So I'm gonna re-roll. This one. Hopefully it gives me more. Nope, same. Okay. So we have play with blue or green or white or black. I have plenty of decks that will do those. I think I'll play this a little bit with the mixed up sealed, because I have a black-white deck in there. Have you all seen that there's a little event going on at the moment? It's a phantom draft. It's a chaos phantom draft. So you don't get to keep the cards, but you get some various rewards. And you actually win your gold back if you win one time. It only costs 100 to enter. So I've already won my gold back. I guess I'm getting 200 out of it. And it's Phantom Draft, sealed. Make a deck out of everything. And I made a black and white deck, not thinking too hard. And it's already won me one, so let's play this a little bit. That will also hopefully help me get the gold that's been stacking up. So here comes our opponent. Oh, I forgot to do shout-outs at the beginning of the stream. We'll do that in just a moment. Well, I can do it live right here, too. Shout out to Clovis Rate, who was a recent subscriber to the channel. Very much appreciate it. Shout out to Alex Liang as well, another recent follower. Totally appreciate it. One more for the moment. Johnny5, thank you as well for the follow. Okay, we're going to wreck the opponent's life right here. They haven't played anything. I'm going to make them discard and create a zombie. Next turn, I could play the Spiteful Squad. Oh, I'll probably play Bantu's Monument. I kind of built this whole deck as soon as I saw Bantu's Monument, because that's free damage to the opponent whenever you cast any creature spell. It also decreases the color of my black creatures, so I think that's a good card. In sealed especially. I also have it in commander decks. One or two commander decks? I think I have it in brawl decks. It's a cool card, it just wrecks the opponent. So what did it discard? Wolf Strike and a Citizen Petitioner. Okay. So that's a dungeon explore card. Cool. Plus, oh, it's one of the new pumped. When this enters, is this one of the... Did they do one of the fixed... Are they applying the fixed ones or not? That's why I've got Scryfall open. Let me check that one. Find the path. There's two versions of that card. Anyway, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 the monument. And then we got a 1 for the cauldron. So I am going to attack with that zombie and then respond to it croaking. Oops, we got one of these big old defenders. Okay, that's fine. Fungal infection won't finish it off. Yeah, fungal infection won't finish it off, and it's a defender, so that's annoying. Okay, well, we'll just attack with both anyway, and then they'll block one, and then I'll just eat it with the... Oh, they're not blocking anything. Okay, that's even better. And then I'll respond here with my decayed zombie about... Ugh, stupid arena didn't give me the response to be able to sacrifice my own zombie, so that's annoying. I needed to hold priority faster than it allowed me, so that was a misplay because Arena didn't let me respond. Anyway, I was curious, which version of Find the Path is it? It's the old version, it looks like. Okay, so this opponent's all about... This opponent is all about reach creatures, I guess. Not, defenders. So anyway, right here, this is the unfixed version, the non-alchemy version, which is weird because Wizards is really hyping alchemy cards. All right, Heliod life gain. Okay. Now it is pausing for priority, so they must have a combat trick. Alright, so as I was saying, it's not the alchemy version of this. If we take a quick look over on the webcam, don't worry, the web browser, you're not missing anything. So the original printing is the one that's on the field right now, which is double green. The new fixed version is it's 2 of any one color. So that's interesting. Wizards is really trying to promote... Oh, that's got haste. They're really trying to promote the... They're really trying to promote the alchemy of it all. I'm surprised that they didn't Uh-oh. There's a combat trick. I guess your Colossus... Here's a trick. When they attack with that crocodile, I can minus the crocodile and make a blocker. And then respond with that blocker. And not take 4 damage. Amazing. Alright, there's my Catoblepus. I don't have enough to kill it. That'll be annoying. Fights another type creature you control. Well, that Catobleepus will... This has only got 2 devotion itself, plus 1, 3. No, actually, that is 4. That's 4 devotion. Why doesn't it calculate properly? 2 for itself, 1 for the squad, and 1 for my cauldron. So now it's got 4 devotion versus their 4-4 EA. And then we'll attack with a 5-5. Opponent pausing for priority still for some reason. There we go. Fine. That untaps. That trades. We'll make this Bleepus bigger. Got 1 land left. Blighted Breath, Catobleepus. Oh man, that's a 6-6. Okay. Fine. Let's attack with that 8-8. And then we can plus life here. 33 life? How does that even happen? I'll start putting it on Heliod. Just in case I do go to Devotion. I don't know if I'll get to Devotion. And as we play, that is a blah blah blah, whatever. And that is another whatever. Okay, fine. Are you gonna hold back any blockers? They're holding back blockers. Okay. Doomed Dissenter. Let's just play that and eat it right away. Let's eat that right away and draw a card. It also makes us a little old zombo. Gain a life, put another thing onto it. Do I just want to make this huge? It's going to die with whatever I attack with, but they'll have to double and triple block, which is fine. I'll just gain more life off of it. Alright. 10 mana in total. Sure thing. Or sorry, 10 damage. Gain a bunch of life off of that. Put it on my Zombo. Got a 3-3. This deck's been working pretty well. Not hugely amazing, but I've liked how it's been working so far. Whoops. Something blocks if able to. Fine. Both gonna wipe out. And they might have a combat trick, but I'll just gain more life. Got a Thallid right here. Keep that for the moment. If need be, I can sacrifice it. They got nothing. All right, nice. And they're done. Yay! We have an adequate response for that. We have an adequate response for that. That's not the right one. My finger slipped. We have an adequate response for that. Yes, that's what I meant right there. All right, we've got another victory on this deck. Like I said, it kind of worked pretty nicely. Haven't lost anything yet. Got another win off of that. Here's the next amount of wins, and then I think I'm getting a good amount of the daily rewards there. Yep. So let's keep playing this mixed up sealed a bit. Let's also give a quick shout out to a couple more new subscribers. Felmegas, thank you for that recent subscription to the channel. Really appreciate it. We'll do one more. We'll get Timmy G as another recent subscriber. Thank you so much. Let's keep going. How's everyone doing today? Do you have a good day? Having a good weekend? Are you going to have a good weekend? Tell me all about it. And I'm having pretty good. Okay, I go first. Yes. Kite Sail Freebooter, love it. Fungal Infection, Cleric of Life's Blood is all gonna work very well. We got the Insatiable Hemophage, which okay, let's take a little look at your hand. What are you up to there, James and R? What can my little pirates steal? A vial? Remorse? Oh man, okay, that's gonna be 4 damage. 3 damage to any target. Ugh. All of this is just direct damage. Annoying. Fine. Let's take it from there. You can get it back if you play your vial and then pay 2 more. That's fine. Let's put some things on the battlefield to... Well, I'm just going to put everything on the battlefield. You can pick your target. The deck's a little bit aggro. See, I already have 3 things on the field. They have 1 thing. So if they spend all their mana on their vial, well, they'll get back another removal spell. Like that. Okay, I want back my removal. Fine. Play your land, move on. How about... You drop a few cards. I make a few creatures. I attack with said creatures. I've only got 1 of these squads. I'm 99% sure I've only got 1 of these squads. Yep, count up your mana, do your thing. Next turn, probably some removal. They'll probably remove that cleric. They can do double removal, actually. Oh, no, they're going to do triple removal. Fine. Gonna make a sapperling out of it. Just so that I have a target for my hemophage. Thusly... Oh, snap. How does that even happen? Such tricks. 5 damage already to you, and then they have their Goro Goro and their Eruption, so it's just a lot of removal. Quite annoying. They're probably going to remove that 3/3 now. Fine. They have another red to remove my final creature. Oh no, that's Goro. Okay. So, well, Dire Tactics instantly. Yeah, let's just get rid of it right away. How about an exile? And then like I said, I think I don't have any more of those squads. But let's see. Yeah, I don't think I have any of those squads. Oops, there's the Poison Cup. Actually, I can't really assume what it is. And yeah, I don't have any of them. Okay, my turn. Poison Cup right away, as soon as they attack. Maybe. Alright, so what are you holding on to in Foretell? Either something red or black. What are you foretelling? Probably, what could it be? Return stuff from the graveyard. Direct damage, Poison Cup. Ugh, and I'm just getting 2 lands in a row. There it is. Okay, Stroll for Skemfar. I mean, Jarl of Forsaken. This just croaks. Top decking lands. They will attack. I have Vengeance. Mirror Match. Okay. Well, let's see if that pays off for them. Let's see if that pays off for them. There's a lot of mana. That's a good build around. Ugh, fine. And they get 0. Okay, and then I'm tapped out here. So let's see if they don't read it. If they read it, that it's got... Okay, they don't want to get that Death Touch. Okay. Death Touch, okay. Does that dupe? Huh, why do you flip so many? How can you do 4 of them? Why is 4 of them happening? Oh, okay, probably this mob. Yeah, why did they get so many flips? Let's read that. Whenever a non-token enters, flip a coin for until you lose a flip. Okay, so they just got extremely lucky. Fine, let's tap that out. Luminous Bonds. Let's see here. Are they gonna play one more? When this enters the battlefield, 2 damage to any target. Okay, well, game over there. That was extremely lucky. That was a lot of coin flips. If they didn't have all those coin flips, then things would have turned out quite differently. One loss so far, so I think this deck's been doing pretty well. Let's keep going. Star Pretzel is the opponent. Get who goes first. I can never tell very early on. Not great mana, but Juggler here. Spectacle cost. Okay, that's what I need. Little mana fixing, turn 3, I suppose. Monument. Monument, then Zombie and such. Passing with Azorius mana open. Alright, not great, so that's fine. Let's let them use up their counter spell here. Use up your counter spell for my better things, or if you don't use that counter spell, then okay. And the opponent is completely agog at what is happening here. Come on, Star Pretzel, get your pretzel out of the stars. Yeah, I think they're getting triggered that discard. Who plays discard? This guy plays discard. Oh, there we go. So they did drop a counterspell, I guess. Contacts other planes. No, that wasn't a thing. Okay, it's got a little otter. Fine, that can't block. So, that's gonna steal a, and I'm missing land drops. Okay, I can play, yeah, let's go all for it. Obviously, that's gonna decay. But spectacle, okay, no, nothing. Okay, fine. Now we can spectacle cost this juggler. Whoa, that is a 3/2. Plus a card draw. Beautiful. So 2 turns in a row with no good card draw. That otter is going to draw a card. Ugh, it's going to fly. Okay, fine. Double card draw. Where's my removal? I guess Dire Tactics will... Single, okay, double white mana, pausing for priority, and Luminous Bonds, or Pacifism, I guess? Compulsory arrest. Okay, close enough. So that won't do anything, right? What can I do with that? Can attack or block creatures sacrifice. Okay, I can sacrifice it and gain some life. Fine. Dire Tactics. Exile target creature if you don't control a human. I do have a human rouge, so let's do that. Let's just get rid of that value. I'll gain some life. I'll gain some life off of that in a bit. I will try. Heliod enters the battlefield. Alright. Gains 1 life, taps out. Good, come on, land. Not land. Okay. Well, this is going to be slower than I want. This is way too slower than I want. But The ideal is if I have 5 mana, I can play Heliod, sacrifice the Juggler, put a +1 on the squad, I guess. Well, I guess I can sacrifice the Juggler to the Cauldron at least. Guess we'll do that. Got a couple of knights, gain some life. No attacks. Okay, so here we go. Well, the Catoblepus. Let's play the Catoblepus because that will do good things. You don't need any more life. Three, four, five. Okay, so I've got the mana for it. We'll play Heliod. Gain some life. Put it on the squad. We'll just hold back a bit. You can sacrifice that Juggler. Gain that life, put the counter on something. Probably the zombie, because it's got Death Touch. Okay. I can live with that. No more land. Okay, well, let's sacrifice that. Gains me a life. Hey there, Mark. How are you doing? I'm just playing with my Bright Breath Catoblepus. And this is a Phantom Draft event. I am playing this black-white deck that's working pretty well. And, oh man, the priority on that didn't work as I would have wanted, but that's fine. So, yeah, how are you doing? I'm still on the gold digging phase at the moment, but I am the reality chip. What does that do? You may look at the top card, whatever, as long as the reality chip is attached. You may play lands and cast from the top. Fine. One land, you're tapped out. Alright, let's, Luminous Bond. Let's do some bondage right there. Okay, let's, I can gain a little life here and then sacrifice this thing that will just die anyway. But I have to activate priority. So activate priority. Activate priority. I'm gonna attack with this, deal some damage. Activate priority. Yeah, I don't know why priority keeps turning off. Can I force priority to stay on? Full control. Let's see if that works. Okay, so the idea here is... No, wait, grab full priority. There we go. Yeah, grab full priority. Okay, so put a counter on that. Yeah. Then respond to before that thing dies. Eat it up. Draw a card off of it. And then I land. And there it is. Working on drawing for your client in New York. New York City. That's cool. You're international now, I see. Maybe you always were. That's pretty cool. So, I recorded earlier finally recorded it, my, Fallen Empires remixed, video, which is that I'm going to, so I already recorded the footage, I just need to edit it and so forth, and it's going to me be talking about various Fallen Empires cards and how they can be upgraded to actually be usable nowadays. Right? There were so many cards in Fallen Empires that were horrible, that no one would really play them anymore. But what if we upgraded that? Yeah, it hasn't been uploaded yet. I recorded the footage, but it'll be there Monday. And I didn't go through all the cards. The video was already an hour long, and I went through like half the cards. I have a lot to say, I guess. And here we go. Finally, a creature. And so the with those old Fallen Empires cards, they're so close to kind of still being good, like the lands. They come into play tap. Ebon Stronghold, for example, comes into play tapped, and it gives you 1 black mana. Or sacrifice it, gives you 2 black mana. So if you just change it that it doesn't come into play tapped, that's way better. And I don't think that would break things by letting it come in untapped. Yeah, this opponent's taking forever, so while they plan things, maybe I can jump over to Scryfall for the moment. Yes, whatever. You have your things, go ahead. Knowing daylight savings time, yeah, it's so dumb. But guess what? Our government spent a whole lot of time and effort to fix things. Now they're gonna stop the time change. But they are being stupid and instead selecting daylight savings time as the time that they're sticking with, rather than standard time. So standard time is the standard time, which ties into the time zones of the world, and then daylight savings time is the weird, dumb American thing that we do, where we destroy a time zone and change times half a year. So Congress has decided to instead keep the wrong time zone. Now, they're not going to implement it until next year, so maybe by the right time, by next year or whatever, the people will complain enough to keep it on standard time instead of daylight savings time. But the geniuses wanted to keep, they call it, these, you know, politicians are hilarious. They called it the Daylight Protection Act. And they're going to stop the time zone change, but it's on the wrong time zone. And this illusion about, well, we have more time in the nighttime and blah, blah, blah. There are definitely studies that show that there's more accidents and so forth when the time changes, because the time changes, not because of this arbitrary fake time. Standard time is more aligned with real time of the planet spinning, and daylight savings time is not aligned to that at all. This player's so slow, but what am I expecting? I'm just going to concede here. This Azorius player has way too much mana advantage, way too much card advantage, way too much advantage on everything. If I pull another land, even this is not that great. They've got too much flying stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to keep versus this opponent, especially with their slow play. Let's eat this salad and maybe get something out of it, because this is just going nowhere. Just death by 1,000 cuts plus a slow player. Okay, there's a Take Vengeance. What can we... that's a destroy, but they have... I don't know, I guess we'll pressure them that way. Spend 4 life. Yes, that says destroy. They're at 10 life, they might be scared. Nope, okay, fine. Got a blocker. I can give it life link for a moment. So you have 3, 4, 5 damage there. Again, full grip of cards in hand. 5 damage at a time. What are the outs that my deck has? Did I already use up all my removal? I have the Blight Breath Catoplebus. Is that still around? So I have 1 removal used up. I used one of the pacifism effects. I used my Take Vengeance. Yeah, my opponent just has too much. I used the Bright Breath already. I don't know if I have very many outs anymore on this deck. So, plus they have that tapper, so that's annoying. They have a million mana and every card in hand, and they're playing blue. So, that Bantu's Monument is helping. They have this that can get a little stronger, but then it'll kill itself. So they're going to be doing 3, 4, 5, 6 damage at a time. 6 damage at a time. Plus a lot of mana to tap me out. It was pretty dire. They're not attacking with that 1/1, even though they... So we have the Wanderer. Okay. Well, that's not going to exile anything at the moment.
My skills are as sharp as my sword.
Doomed Dissenter. Star Pretzel. Can I call a judge over here for the slow play? It took quite a while to figure out to block. And that caused me to do a misplay myself. I should have given that lifelink. Alright, so we'll let the Sky Dancer come in at the right time. Hopefully they don't have counterspells. They haven't played any counterspells so far, which is very surprising. And they're playing Azorius. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't tap them out, but that makes a lot of annoyance. It's got flash and flying. Get to mill them a little bit. Hopefully something fun gets milled. There was a land and something else. An organ hoarder. Opponent, you are amazing. Alright, if I can gain 1 life, my zombie will be big enough. Actually, the Wanderer has enough power to take out that zombie. Let's see if they misplay. No, they're not. They're just taking forever. Well, at least they are...
I'll be quick.
You have your little sprite over here that you can be pumping up. Come on, opponent, do something. Am I wasting my time here? They have all the cards in hand and everything. I should probably, yeah. GG, opponent. So overall, the deck was doing pretty well, but playing against a very slow Azorius player, not fun. Ooh, I got my reward. Some cool rewards. And the gold digging. Okay, we're down to the last gold digging. Blue and green spells, we'll play that. Let's switch up to that. And I have the... We'll play this Jace deck just to turbo through some blue. We'll give some more shout outs as the game progresses. So, shout out to Terry True, recent subscriber to the channel. Really appreciate it. Following my stuff. Coffee with Owen, also appreciate that. Thanks for the recent follow to the channel. Hopefully you like the stuff there. Alright, I go first. I can steal stuff, divide by 0, attempt to divide the Auric. This stuff is nasty. I get to steal their stuff. 4 mana to steal their commander. I have 4 mana in hand. Okay, we'll get there. We've got divide by 0. So that's not a counter spell, but it's an annoying spell. Looking at my commander, yeah, it does stuff. Double blue, nothing on turn 1 for me. Play my stone. Turn 3, I have Jace on board. Plus I have enough mana to steal stuff. I'm making a wolf. Oh, not a wolf. Okay, it's not the one with wolf. Good.
Don't worry. This is all just an illusion.
I forgot to ask, is my volume of the game good compared
It's
to
how you play the hand you're dealt.
my voice? Okay, come on, opponent, summon your commander so I can steal it, and then they will rage quit. They always do that. Okay, not yet. Fine. Sword Tooth, drop 1 land. No need to steal that Sword Tooth yet. Territory is one of the people who set your link from the magic. Ooh, okay. She's also is the client. Very nice. So, yeah, thank you for the...
Let's think this through.
For doing that. All right, so what do we want to do here? This doesn't matter until it ascends. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've only got 6 permanents, so we'll be okay. Let's just hold back on things. Pausing on single red. Do I need to discard anything? Yeah, let's discard a land and get another land off of it. Sure. Okay. Well, here's a fun thing to do. We can
Always
steal
an answer.
stuff. 4, 5, 6. I have 6 mana, almost enough for that big old scary thing. We'll just let it pass. Let's put the fear of Jason to them, thinking that they might get counterspelled again. Don't worry, I don't play counterspells in this deck. Opponent. Okay, there we go. They're getting scared that I'm going to respond. No response. You can have your commander. No problem at all. Alright, so let's play an Ominous Seas. Let's duplicate Jace.
I had no idea I could do that either.
Let's make an illusion. Another illusion.
Smoke and mirrors.
And then we'll
just
steal
because
the
it isn't
opponent's
real
commander.
doesn't mean it
Whoops.
won't kill you.
How does that happen? Mind games. That's how that happens. Jace, the mind gamer. And then they spend their turn on that. Fine. Draw a card off of that. And then they're done. Yep. People don't realize the power of mind magic with Jace. So we'll play a little bit more to get the final gold digging. I've got crack a pack and such to do. So as you can see on the schedule, we're on gold digging at the moment. We've got crack a packs to do. Maybe build some decks, some new ideas for building decks. I got my piano over there. Maybe I'll play some piano tunes, take requests, reminisce about piano. It fascinates me to talk about people that have some piano or some musical experience, so I'd love to pick your brain about all of that, if you wouldn't mind. And then, what else? More Crack a Pack. And then I have listed down there MAME. So we might do some MAME gameplay. I might actually play something different on stream. Yeah, we might try a little bit different. Cold Steel, can I toss that back? Return target non-land permanent. Yeah, let's do that. Let's toss that back. You love playing that? You can play one more time, sir or madam. Haha, they thought they were going to do Jace already. I mean, they thought they were going to do Tezzeret, which makes Ethereum cells, which are basically lotus petals. And they'd rather do the rep ring. That's fine. As for myself, well, I can divide by 0 and make them fall back a little bit more. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Alright, they definitely have all the mana that they need. Depart would return any permanent. I guess what we can start doing is working with Jason, create some pressure.
Can you really trust your eyes?
So what's Tezzeret Steel? Create Ethereum cells -2. Creature gets +X -X, which is the number of artifacts. I guess that's what they'll do.
I am perfection in both body and mind. This should strike fear into you.
We can play Tezzeret again. Land. Let's play Jesus Triumph.
Give and take.
Plus that.
It's a matter of give and take.
So what are we doing ultimately? 4/5. I'm a little far from Nezahal or the Whale or even this other huge thing, Chromatic Orrery. That's enough to play Tezzeret again. Yeah, they're really tapping out. Okay, Sai. 2 mana left? Nothing. Okay. Ooh, Time Warp. Alright, let's Time Warp.
Decisions, decisions, decisions.
Well, I don't love that I...
This will come in handy.
Alright. Well, they've got lots of mana to work with. Plus proliferate land, plus scry land. What's the ultimate goal? Just to play with Dimir colors?
Do not cross me. You will fail.
I guess you want to play Psy, and then you want to Word of Invention. Search a library for an artifact of X, put into the battlefield. Okay, so they have Paradox Engine. Okay, GG, so... Paradox Engine is way too good, so they definitely had a tuned deck with artifacts, so moving on. But in the meantime, let's give another shout out. Avra Golando, another recent follower. Appreciate that. So when I was going through the recording to get my footage for the Fallen Empires remix, so I'm thinking of either calling it Fixing Fallen Empires or Fallen Empires Remixed. I'm reminded of all of those old cards with their multiple printing or multiple arts. Turn 1 play, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna need to bring out massive mana so I can steal. I need 6 mana to steal at least 1 creature. I need 8 mana to steal 2. Let's see if we can pull it off. What does this do in the meantime? Remove counters from whatever destroy an artifact or enchantment. Ugh. Fine. In the meantime... There's no counters yet, so we're safe. That makes humans. Taps you out. Let's draw some stuff. Rebuilding empires. Possibly. Alright, let's get Jace up in this piece.
I'm up for a challenge.
We'll keep that into the royal in our back pocket. They only need 4 mana for Maja. Alright, that's got counters. 3 mana. Double Scry. Good Fortune Unicorn. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, put a plus on that creature. Alright, that was a nice card. How about you play it twice? I'll start building up here. I'm topping out on mana,
Let's
so...
try this.
Hopefully there's more mana. There we go. Drop that. Scry into more mana. Tuck away that. Keep a blocker. If they play their 4th mana, they can play Maja, which is good. There's their 4th mana. Alright, so they're going to play Maja. They will make some cool stuff and pump up their creatures, I think. What does Maja do again? Other creatures get +1 whenever a land... Okay, landfall, and then make a creature. Yeah, that's very good. I'll be happy to steal it next turn. Oh, okay, they're going to do Unicorn instead. 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 mana, so I'll be able to Epiphany. One more creature. Alright. Definitely loading up. Alright, well, let's go for it. A lot of stealing spells. Okay, let's, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's just take another turn. Six, 7, 8. I have 8 mana, so I could steal 2 things. I could steal both Rishar and Good Fortune. Let's do that. I can steal a 4 mana thing. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess opponents don't want to get beaten with their own creatures. It was 1,000,000 mana to cast, but I just stole their Good Fortune Unicorn and their Rishkar. When Rishkar enters, each creature you control with a plus, each creature with a counter creates mana. All right, that's nice. So I guess that was integral to their plan, and when their plan got changed a little bit, then they lost the will to live. Very close. We just have a little bit more gold digging to do, then I'll take a break, then we'll do a crack-a-pack. Got some other things planned as well. Grakma, that is annoying. That just never dies. Alright, they go first. Turn dismissal, intro. It never dies except getting exiled. Perilous, Cold Steel. Okay, I'm sure they're gonna do turn 1 Land of War Elf and then turn 2 Grakma. But I've got this dismissal, so I can have my own turn 1 response. Alright, no turn 1 anything. Play dismissal, toss it back. Nah. 2 mana, mana dork. Skeleton. Okay, that keeps coming back or something, right? Let's just toss it back. Set up with my own mana rocks. Play my castle. I have this Castle Vantress in the deck, which lets me scry, and I almost never use it. I'm always using it to mana. I always pretty efficiently use up all my mana. And for the moment, let's start getting Jace out here.
I will find you, Braska. Decisions, decisions, decisions.
The Kamigawa lands look pretty cool. Which do we like better? The forest? It's very green. Aw, man. Fine, we'll give him a... Who cares? I'll just resummon it easily next turn. Yeah, that sets me back a bit.
How you play the hand you're dealt.
They're behind as well. They missed a land drop, I guess. While my mana proceeds apace. So anyway, the forest here looks pretty serene, but if you look carefully, then there's a lot of pipes and technology and such. And then on the swamp, it's classic. Well, it's so far away from a swamp that doesn't look like a swamp, but it's got black and purple, so it's a swamp. Hagra Conscriptor, it's a 2/2 menace, enters with whatever, each creature you control with a +1 gets whatever. Alright. That is a thing. Single mana. Pausing for parity with a single mana. Single green, single black. What can you do with that? Maybe it's the maybe it's just the sacrifice your thing. But in the meantime, let's just keep being annoying and bouncing stuff until we get to inevitability. Choose one until end of turn, something something, turtle with hexproof. Aw, man. Fine. I'm gonna have to waste 2 spells on this. Turtle with hexproof. Wild shape. I don't really see people play this. Single green. Choose one until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes whatever. Alright, so they're still pausing for priority. 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 mana. That has menace.
Let's try this.
Don't tell me they have one final snakeskin veil. Nope, okay. Maybe drew them into their final land, that's okay. Lol Mage's domination will come in handy. What does this skeleton do again? Kicker for 3. If this was kicked, it enters with 3 +1s. Each opponent sacrifices a creature unless they discard a card. Each opponent sacrifices a creature unless they discard a card. What happens if I decline? Each opponent sacrifices a creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature unless they discard a card. If I click decline, what happens? If I discard a card, I discard a card. So what happens if I decline? Nothing? Nothing at all? Each opponent sacrifices a creature unless they discard a card. So nothing happens if I decline, I guess. Oh well.
I love it when a plan comes together. Oh,
Yeah, I don't understand what that saga is trying to do.
Is key.
Each opponent sacrifices a creature unless... Okay, so discard or sacrifice a creature. So now I'll sacrifice one of my illusions. I guess if there are no creatures at all on the battlefield, nothing happens at all. So that's nice. Well, opponent, you finally got your 4th mana. And that gets kicked. Okay. And my cool little Kraken taps things. Let's go in and do some damage.
It's a matter of give and take. There is always an answer. It's how you play the hand.
Draw some cards. Wait. Cancel that. Can we cancel that? No, we have to pay for it. Man. You may tap or untap. Oh, it actually untaps itself. Okay. can decline. Oh, I don't want to lose that, but I have to. Fine. Decline that. Oh, time warp. Okay, so many good things. I don't want to lose anything, but okay, let's just do it again. Decline this time, and yeah, we'll go in and do a bunch more damage and take another extra turn.
It's a matter of give and take.
Why not?
Let's
2
try
extra
this.
turn spells. Amazing.
Let's think this through.
Draw and discard so much stuff. Decline. I would rather keep that Ominous Seas. Divide by 0, toss that. Decline that, and let's take one more turn. Oh, that's so annoying. 2 free turns in a row, and then we'll just build up a whole bunch of spirits.
Seeing is believing. Just because it isn't real doesn't mean it won't. Can you really trust your eyes?
That was brutal. So many turns were taken. Alright, so this transforms into what? A 0-4 with Menace. When this reach attacks, it gets +X, where X is the number of creatures in my graveyard. How many creatures I have in my graveyard? I don't really have too many creatures in this deck. Actually, I do, never mind, but it's not important. Alright, opponent, so you got a big old scary skeleton. 6 mana in total. I got 3 planeswalkers on the battlefield, all clones of each other. I got a scary kraken. When I draw cards, it taps. It terrifies the opponent so much when I draw cards that they get tapped or untapped. So it's got a twiddle effect. I forgot about that. I thought it was just the tap, but it's got a twiddle effect. I could triple block that skeleton. Whenever one or more counters are put onto a creature you control, if this is in your graveyard, you may put this onto your library. Sure. Pride Malkin does cool things. They're going to put that onto the skeleton, I guess. They're not. Okay, that's better. Will they attack with a trample 5/5? Probably. Yeah, which of my Jaces are you targeting? So I tossed away all of my steel spells. Let's see what I'm gonna get instead. Nah, let's get some better stuff. Triple block that. Triple blocking is a thing, opponent. So that's going to be some annoying recycling right there. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's scry into something good. Crashing Tide. That'll work. Draw a card. Pay a mana. Tap their 4/4. Yup. 2 combat. Nope, let's +1 all of this.
There is always an answer. This will come in handy.
Attack with everything. Crashing Tide as a sorcery. Draw some cards off of Jace. Ooh, I want that manipulation. Decline that, discard that. Decline and drop that. All right, so are they going to go against me or my planeswalkers? Are they going to go shields down because they're at 3 life? In search of greatness. Okay, that's worthless for the moment. They're about to go next turn. Their replicating ring is about to go off into 8 counters. Tenured Inkcaster puts a +1 on something. Sure. So let's see. Are they going to want to go after my planeswalkers? You really should hold back blockers. You really should hold back blockers, but... You're... Okay, fine. You have 1 less blocker. No, they're doing it. They're doing it. They are... Okay, they're doing it. They're going to lose their blockers. GG opponent. Alright, well, I don't need to do anything too special. Just tap out that creature and go all in, and there we go. So, opponent got extremely greedy. They saw a Planeswalker, and they're like, kill Planeswalker. Jace is kind of unassuming, because it's just an annoyance Planeswalker. Its ultimate is not amazing. It doesn't gain me extra turns or whatever. But when people see Planeswalkers, it's an automatic kill, so that completely blinded them. Why did they attack with 3 whole creatures to my 1 Planeswalker? I had no blockers. I think they got just blinded by this deck, and they went towards the Planeswalker that they didn't need at all. And then of course they forgot that my Kraken taps things, so they had no blockers at all, and we got him. And I think that gets us to today's gold. Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, 5 mana, 3/4, psionic spell. When this enters, roll a die. Choose an instant or sorcery from the graveyard, then roll a die. 1 through 9, you may put the card to your library, or 10 to 20, return it to your hand. Interesting. Okay, let's take our first break, and when we come back, we've got some cracker packs to do, plus other things. So thanks everyone for coming to hang out. Oh, I've been forgetting to do some of these. Let's do one of these. And then we'll take a little break and come back in just a bit. That's a pretty cool be right back screen, isn't it? We have that was the card, the Planeswalker card, Sarah the Benevolent, actually, printed in Modern Horizons 1. Let's take a little detour. So of course we know Sarah Angel, but we eventually got Sarah herself over here. Benevolent. Sarah the Benevolent. There's been a few Benevolents out there, but the one I want right here, Sarah the Benevolent. So this is Planeswalker, 4 mana, 4 loyalty, +2. Create creatures you control with flying get +1/+1 until end of turn, or -3. Create an angel with vigilance. -6. You get an emblem with, if you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. So she's got built in there, hey Gabe, how are you doing? So she's got built in here these abilities to either Anthem affect your creatures +1 or +2. There's either create a Sarah Angel, Vigilant Angel, or create one of those indestructible sort of scenarios, as long as you've got a creature with an emblem. It's an emblem, so you can't interact with it and you're indestructible. So there's that card there. That's currently worth about $10 or so. I never was able to open one of those from that set. And that was the first time we saw Sarah Angel on a real card. Not Sarah Angel, but Sarah herself. So we are back from the break, and what we're going to do here is a crack-a-pack. So I'm going to switch over to card cam. Over here, we're going to do a crack-a-pack. So which of these should I open up? Should I open up a booster pack of Homelands, or should I open up a booster pack of Fallen Empires? These are a couple of vintage Magic sets from the 90s. Fallen Empires is 93, I believe. No, it is 94, and then Homelands is 95. So continuity-wise, we had Fallen Empires first, and then we had Homelands. So which one of these, what do we vote for? Which one should we open up here first? So now, before stretching it out too long, April Fools. These are not actually full of real cards. It's just the package. It's just the booster box, the booster package. These already been opened a long time ago, but I needed them as props for my video. So they're full of cards, but not Fallen Empires cards, as well as the Homelands one. I already had the boosters, and then they're just full of recent cards. But in the video that's going to be released on Monday, I use these as props in my video coming on Monday. So April Fools. Hey, wait, it's not April 1st anymore, but you get the idea. No, we're going to open some current sets right here. So we'll jump over here. We'll open we'll open some boosters from the latest set. Got some yard work, Fortnite, 2 tweet streams. Yeah, I was over on Stevie's stream as well. Didn't get a chance to go back, but good luck on him. He is working on some coding stuff. Yeah, let's open this up and see if we get some cool cards from the most recent set. I'm also going to try to see about opening this up carefully so I can also repack them and do some April Fools. Maybe what I'll do for April Fools is fill these cards with Fallen Empires cards, and then people open them. Oh yeah, never mind. This is the printing. This is the Japanese printing, where these things just don't open up cleanly. For some reason, they put a little handy spot on the corner here for you to tear it open, but I want to open these cleanly. See, it's so weird. Even if I'm trying to open it here, they still have this extra plastic. I guess I won't worry about it yet. So that did nothing. They really want you to open it this way. I always thought the Japanese printings were just so weird, their packaging. That programming app that he was using, yeah. I think he said it was similar to JavaScript and stuff. So, all right, so here are the packs. Um, Lethal Exploit, 2 mana. Instant. Creature gets -2/-2. It gets an additional -1 for each modified creature you control as you cast this. Ooh, this could be pretty powerful. If you've got a bunch of modified creatures, this just keeps adding up the negative counters, and that'll definitely deal with indestructible creatures. So that could pay off pretty well. Unstoppable Ogre, 3 mana. Artifact creature, Ogre Warrior, 4/1. When this enters, target creature cannot block. So... So it's very fragile as a 4/1, and it taps one thing, but it doesn't have haste. If it had haste plus tap, that'd be pretty good. Ninja's Kunai, 1 mana. It's an equipment. Equips for 1. Once the creature's holding it, 1, tap, sacrifice this, deals 3 damage to any target. So that's a creature. Let's say the opponent doesn't really read it, and the opponent has a 4/4, and you attack with your 1/1, and they don't read it and they block. Well, you tap this, sacrifice it, you deal 3 damage to that 4/4, and then your 1/1 deals the final damage. Or you can just also send it directly to the opponent's face for the final coup de grace, or 3 damage to the Planeswalker. Mnemonic Sphere, 2 mana. I think this is a reprint. This has been around before, hasn't it? Maybe. 2 mana, sacrifice this, draw 2 cards, or channel. Blue, discard this, draw a card. Okay, so you can pay blue, discard this out of your hand, draw 1 card. Kind of like opt, vaguely, not really. Or when it's on the battlefield, you can draw 2 cards. Harmonious Emergence, 4 mana, pretty cool art. It's an aura, enchant your land. Your land becomes a 4/5 with vigilance and haste. And then if the land would be destroyed, this gets destroyed, and then the land gets indestructible. So for a common, this is pretty complex for a common. You turn imagine teaching a new player and such. Yeah, your land, now it comes to life. It's a 4/5. And if your land is about to get killed, no, actually this gets destroyed and your land still lives. So not too complicated, but for beginners, that's kind of a lot going on. As a common, oh, this is one of the saddest cards of all here. Tamio's Completion, 4 mana, aura, flash, enchanted artifact, creature. Hey there, Stevie, how are you doing? We were just talking about how we were all impressed with your coding skills on the on your stream. Yep, you're just in time here for the Crack-a-Pack. So one of the saddest cards of all right here. Enchant an artifact, creature, or planeswalker, then tap the creature, unattach the equipment, it loses all abilities and doesn't untap. So the artwork here shows the moment that Tamio is taken over by the Phyrexians and turned into an undead creature of hatred. So kind of sad that they did that to one of their biggest characters. You saw my April Fool's. Yeah, that bombshell. I thought it was one of those unset cards, but it's a real set. So that's interesting. Hopefully everyone checked out that April Fool's short that I did. It was fun. So this, yeah, it locks down the opponent's stuff, but you have to see here Tamio's transformation to a Phyrexian. They'll probably save her in the future, I hope. Guardians of Oboro, 3 mana, 3/4 Moonfolk Samurai, Defender. They cannot attack. Modified creatures you control can attack as though they don't have Defender. So they start off as a 3/4, but if you add a +1 counter, or if you put equipment and stuff on them, then they can attack. So that's interesting. Here we have Star Fox, 2 mana, Fox Pilot, Kitsune Ace. It's a 2/2. It can crew vehicles, and when it does, the vehicle gets first strike, or you can untap the ace. Flavor text. Oh, sorry, were we racing? It would have been better. I can't let you do that in the stars, Fox. That would have been better flavor text, if you get it. Heir of the Ancient Fang, 3 mana, 2/3. When it enters with a +1, if you control a modified creature. So on its own, it's a 2/3, but if you've got modified creatures, it's a 3/4. We have a flip card over here. Front side, Heir of Enlightenment. Chapter 1, scry 2. Chapter 2, gain 2 life. Chapter 3, you get a 2/2 with first strike. So 2 mana to get a first strike. These sagas are so good in this set. You get a 2/2 first strike creature. You then get a couple of chapters of cool stuff. Gain some life, scry 2. These sagas are nice. Historian's Wisdom, 3 mana, aura, enchanted artifact or creature. When this enters, if the permanent is a creature, if enchanted permanent is a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, so if you put this on your biggest creature, you draw a card. If you don't put it on the biggest creature, you just get the +2/+1. Getting atted on Twitter. Oh, there we go. That's nice there. Thank you so much. And then we've got Born to Drive, 3 mana. This is one of the ones that that I added on to. Did we add onto it, or did I add onto it? Born to Drive in the Greasy deck. Either make a creature or +1 your vehicles. Next, we've got the Reinforced Ronin, single red for a 2/2 artifact creature with haste. So doing 2 damage on turn 1. At the beginning of your end step, return this to your owner's hand. So incredibly annoying. Turn 1, hit them for 2, bounces back to your hand. Turn 3, put it out again. So it's going to keep coming back to your hand over and over with that haste. And then eventually, when it's served its purpose, when they've got blockers, because it can't stay on the battlefield, eventually you channel it instead and you draw a card. And then the rare here, anticlimactically, is the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So create a 2/2 red goblin shaman creature with, when this creature attacks, create a treasure token. Chapter 2, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many. And then when it flips over, you get a 2/2 reflection of Kikijiki. 1 and tap, create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature, except it has haste, and sacrifice it. So this is obviously Kikijiki Mirror Breaker is one of the best cards ever, and nowadays this is the version with a little less power. You mentioned you on my stream. Game Maker use a similar syntax like Python and JavaScript. Yeah, I gotta give that a shot. I know JavaScript, and so if that is similar to JavaScript, then that would be cool to put those skills to the test. One of the dual lands, Swiftwater Cliffs, either blue or red mana, and then a ripped magic card, Secret Lair, token of the Spirit. So that's the Crack-a-Pack right there. We'll get into some gameplay in just a moment, but I kind of want to switch things up a little bit with a little bit of musicality. I got my keyboard over here. Play a little bit of music. So, Mark, anything you want to say about your experience and such music-wise? I know you talked a little bit about it and such. Have you done anything musical anymore? Are your kids doing anything musical? You've been making the game. Yeah, it takes time, especially if you're learning on your own and such. It takes time. So here's... Does this sound okay? Volume? So play a little bit. How about this right here? See if anyone knows this one. See if it doesn't get me demonetized. Obviously, I should be playing the keyboard on my lap, but this will be close enough here. Let me try that again. Yeah, it's a little awkward, the positioning here, but it'll be close enough. Anyone know what I'm trying to play? It's a dark blur. There we go, you know what it is there. It's DuckTales. So that's as much as I know about it. And I should be playing throughout the whole other part of it, but I'm not good at all yet with playing both hands at once. I kind of can play with both hands, but not at the same time. Because I'm supposed to be playing that over and over as I do this other part here. It's a dark blur. Yeah, so that's as much as I know about DuckTales right there. And that really cool life is like etc. So that's a little bit of DuckTales right there. I just find so much music online, sheet music, and just practice it a little bit because I'm trying to learn sheet music. Got something right here actually. And there's only one piece that I know completely. I can play the national anthem. That is actually a pretty cool one to play because it's not extremely complicated. I'll do that one in a bit. But even this with DuckTales did a little bit of effort. All right. What else here? Okay, I was trying to do the very beginning of Hungarian Rhapsody right here. And then I saw this is very complex sheet music. Let me put it on screen for a moment. No, I have a full screen. This is the Hungarian Rhapsody number 2 sheet music, and so I might focus one day. But the thing is that the notes, yeah, this is so funny. Yeah, it's never gonna focus. I can't believe this. So here we go, kind of. Yeah, if you look at it right there, so you have to play these notes so fast right here. You have a grace note and then a regular note, so you have to play those really fast. And then you play, they're smaller, so that means you play them even faster, basically. So you play those 2 notes fast, but actually you're playing 4 notes at once right there, so 4 notes very quickly. Then you play this little group right here also very quickly. And then another group, but then you kind of alternate a little bit. So I've been practicing this one for 2 days, 1 day or something. So I just have to remind myself. We got right there, C sharp and G sharp, right? C sharp and G sharp, yep. Plus also C natural and G sharp. Okay, so it's all of that right there. So just been practicing a little bit with that. And that's like 2 seconds of a 15-minute long piece. And I'm not doing it completely right because I'm supposed to go into the much more lower octaves, but my piano doesn't go that far. So, but it's even. I should be with the full with the full with that. So let me try that one more time. Just need to position everything right. Is it there or is it there? It's no, actually, it's there, not there. It's a it is an E natural. It's an E natural, not a C natural. It's wrong, but oh, thank you on that. There's still definitely a long way to go. I've only been playing since November, but I kind of bounce around with a lot of. After I went through a textbook, I'm doing this all on my own, but after I went through a textbook to kind of just like know a little bit about the piano, I started to then get sheet music, just a little bit of everything, to kind of learn on my own, and I bounce around way too much. But the only piece that I've learned is the national anthem, which is just one page long. Everything else is like multiple pages long. So since November, well, thank you for that, Terry. But it's still a long way to go. And what else can I do here? So the let's do the national anthem for a bit, because you can do that one with one hand, basically. So I think that's a really good song for beginners because it's not super complex. So there's no, and I'm going with the original 1917, well, not the original, but an early 1917 rendition of it, and there's no chords, and there's no accompaniment with harmony. It's all just melody. You can jazz it up, of course, like at the very end. I did an octave there, and I think it's a good piece for a beginner, and that's the only one that I can play in complete sheet music off the top of my head. I was just playing that one off the top of my head, and I think that was a good one. Good to practice, and then obviously practice it with the left hand. Thank you. But I was also, here's a fun one. See if anyone recognizes this one. How does that go again? Oh yeah, over here. So, Anyone recognize that one? And again, out of all of these pieces that last multiple minutes, I can play like 5 seconds of them, just enough to impress people and have them wanting more. But eventually I will further learn the pieces and so forth. But that's a little of that there. Considering buying a metronome. Consider buying a metronome. I got the metronome right here. Yeah, I should definitely use the metronome a little bit more to play slowly and consistent rhythm. The Suzuki method. Yeah, that's the one about learning pitch, right? To really consider learning via pitch and the relation of pitches, right? I've already started down the path of sight reading, which they both have their pros and cons, of course, and that's where I'm at the moment. Like according to the sheet music, this Zelda piece is supposed to be at metronome 90. So yeah, I definitely need to do that more to follow the how do I change the time on that again? The tempo, that's at 120. That should be at 90. I gotta read the instructions, but oh, thank you so much. Yeah, definitely I should follow the metronome a little bit more. So that last one that I played there was a little bit of that Zelda theme, the very beginning of the Zelda theme. And like I said, it's obviously not ideal having this on my lap. I do have a bench for it and such, but my streaming time right here, I'm jumping between the game and such and a little bit of music. Now, what else was I kind of playing with? Again, I'm not fully... Okay, this is the one. This is one right here. Shout if you know this one. And then that modulates. This modulates the pattern over and over. I'm scaring the neighbors. It's in 5/4 time, so that's the original name of the movie. Behind the scenes was called Scary Movie, but it's Halloween. It's the original. It's John Carpenter's Halloween, the classic scary movie. It was called Halloween, but behind the scenes it was called Scary Movie because the movie Scary Movie is the comedy Scary Movie with the Wayans brothers and such. So that one's that piece is all about just modulating between those various octaves, playing that 5/4 time over and over. It's just C sharp, F sharp, and D natural, and then just kind of modulating a little bit, and then there's these scary. Well, I don't have a sustain pedal on this, but we've got. Got the F sharp, the A natural, and then the B flat. That goes over and over, and then you can hit it with a chord here and there for more fullness. And then at a later part it goes where does it go? It's it's the what is it? Is it yeah, it's no, is it? It's either C flat or C sharp. I think it's C. No, I'm not doing that part right. I gotta look it up. So yeah, that's a little Halloween there. I was trying to do Light My Fire, the very beginning of Light My Fire from The Doors. Okay, actually, wait, does anyone know this one? I gotta put it on the right instrument, but let's see if anyone knows this one. It's the very, very end of this song. Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's a 90s song. The name of the song is just one word. Anyone recognize? It's the very end of that 90s song. I think if I put it on a different instrument, what was it? How about a harpsichord? Anyone recognize that one? That's the very end of a piece from the 90s. 10 victor points if you know that final piece of that song. Just got a lot of sheet music here that I printed out that I'm just bouncing between everything. That's how I'm just kind of after getting a textbook and then learning a little bit of things, then I went to the sheet music to practice some of that. So that last one that I played there, that was the very, very end of the Nine Inch Nails piece, Closer. You probably know which one it is if you hear it, or that weird music video. But then at the very end, there's that final. Is that a C sharp or a flat C? It's a natural C. Yeah, it's a natural C. Yeah, that's, I think, a little bit more correct. All right, so we'll do a little bit more music stuff in a bit, but thanks everyone for indulging me in that for a moment. We'll get back to some gameplay for a bit. Put this off to the side for a moment. Do some more piano in a bit. There we go, I didn't destroy it. Okay, so play a little more gameplay here. Let me see if there's any good. Oops, we got some. Okay, we can do some crack-a-packs here on Arena. I don't have a plan on snack chat this time around. I don't think I have any snacks handy at the moment. We didn't miss anything. So let's open up this vintage set, Zendikar Rising. Remember that? A long time ago when that came out? Anything good here? Oh, okay. This is one of the alchemy cards. Thanks, Wizards. They're giving an alchemy card right here because they're giving two at once, because they're giving you the original plus the nerfed/buffed version. So what do we get? We get we get Phylath. So the original version did something, and then the nerfed version does less. But you get them both, but no wild cards or gems. So thanks, Wizards. And then we've got some Kamigawa cards to open up. So we're gonna make the next of the gameplay. Well, I'm gonna play a little bit of a gameplay, and then we can build a deck. Any requests on a legendary creature that we can build a deck upon? Actually, wait, I'm gonna open up something here on my YouTube. Oops. Acquisition Octopus. There's Master Splinter. Fable of the... Oh, I just opened that in real life. Whoa, look at that. Life imitates art. I opened that up in real life a moment ago, and then I have it there digitally. Never gonna play it, but I have it in my deck now. I mean, I have it in my collection now. Naomi, Pillar of Order, legendary creature, human advisor 4/4. When this attacks, enters a battlefield or attacks if you control an artifact, and then enchantment create 2/2. That wouldn't be a lot of synergy on that. You could use Anointed Procession to double those creatures, but that's still not impressive enough. I guess Panharmonicon. Is Panharmonicon an arena? I guess Panharmonicon could double that as well. Is Panharmonicon on arena? Okay, Biting Palm Ninja, that's pretty scary art. That's Vampire Hunter D art on that, isn't it? Because he had also like a mouth on his hand. 3/3 Ninjutsu. Enters with a menace counter. When this deals combat damage, you may remove a menace counter from it. When you do that, player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land. So it jumps out of nowhere, it hits them, and then it makes them reveal and then discard. So that might be cool to add to my Umezawa deck. Don't have that one in the deck, but that one just focuses on huge creatures to really give the opponent despair. Web Spinner Cuff, cool art on that. Equip creature gets +1/+4 and reach. I have one of these in real life as foil. It looks really nice because it really, the light really is captured by the foil. And the art on this is just really interesting because it's someone on a boat, and then there's some like stingray and such, or manta rays underneath the water. But then if you look further, there's a village down there. So what is the story there? That is, this is a flooded village. This is just nature reclaiming humanity, and then some little stingray floating around with a high-tech boat. And the rare is Invoke the Ancients. Lots of green mana. Sorcery, create 2 4/5 green spirits. For each of them, put your choice of vigilance, or reach, or trample on it. So 5 mana to make 2 4/5s, and they can have vigilance, reach, or trample. Only one of each. So maybe give one trample and give one reach. So that's interesting. Pretty fun card. It's a sorcery. That's it for the moment. So I'll do a little bit more gameplay. Actually, everyone, you can tell me, which one should I play of the recent decks? Should I play a little bit more of that Greasefang deck, or should I play the Umezawa deck? Should I do vehicles, or should I do ninjas? This one's not an April Fool's question like the last one. I will play the ones that everyone says. So do we want to do vehicles, or do we want to do ninjas? We'll play that a little bit, and then we'll build a new deck. I'm going to check on what are the most popular search terms on my YouTube that people are requesting. Because that Greasefang deck, I made it because of people requesting. Got 1 vote for vehicles, 1 vote for ninja. And who will be the tiebreaker? So we want ninjas or vehicles. Anyone want to tiebreak? So while we get the final vote there, we can jump over here for a moment. I'm looking at various stats. So for here, for example, well, it's not too much different. Ao, the Dawn Sky, and Atsushi EDH. Those are two keywords of two dragons to make some decks out of. And what else? Over here we've got Greasefang, Ishin, Greasefang. So I made the Greasefang deck already. And then over here, what do people say over here? Dreams. Okay, nothing there. And any other stats? Let's check over here. What are people saying over here for some keywords? Greasefang, Wilhelt. Already have those two. Wilhelt. Greasefang. Old Gnawbone. Old Rutstein. Those are passe at the moment. Umezawa, I already made that one. So maybe we'll look at one of the dragons. So I'll come back to that in a moment. So no one else. Okay, well, we'll play one of each then. Let's play ninjas. Well, we'll play vehicles first because that was the first vote, and then we'll play. Oops. And then we'll play ninjas after that. So we'll play each of those by popular request. Uh-oh, so we got an Impish Wolf, we got an Ishin, one of the ones that gives you double combats. No, it's lots of triggers. Okay, so what do we need to do? They're playing triple colors. As for myself, there's no vehicles to put in the graveyard, but there's Liliana, nothing to discard, so, and I go first. There's also nothing there to discard, so, fine. Not loving either of these hands, but I'm not gonna mulligan anymore. I'll keep that removal. Maybe I'll eventually pull a good vehicle. Guess we'll put out that Ornithopter, although it'll be removal bait if I put on You're interested in vehicles, but Ninja sounds good too. Yay! When I ask for votes and everyone votes for everything, that really helps. But we'll play something in a moment then. We'll play them both. Let's put that out. If that gets toasted, that's okay. That's one less removal. Alright, so they're playing a little slow. Alright, well, it's not the most effective game plan yet, but let's put out another
This battle
target.
is going to end on my terms.
Put out another target for their aggression. Then if they cast their commander on curve, then I'll just exile it. They
We're
drop the
doing
land.
things my way.
Alright, there's their third land. Okay, not yet. They're just building up more land. I'll keep building up my own land. Oswald does stuff, but
I really don't care about your plans.
Liliana's so mean. Alright, there we go. We got an Ishin. 3 mana left, but I guess we'll just take him out at the moment. 2 cards. They got a D-Spark. Fine.
I
Tit
was
for
bored
tat.
anyway.
Okay, there's a vehicle. No way to get into the graveyard, though, but that's fine. We can just play it the old-fashioned way. Attack with a 0-2 Ornithopter. Ugh, Triumphant Adventure. That's gonna be annoying. We can replay their commander. Double. They're gonna do double. Okay, they really, really want to do that. That Turbo Adventure. Okay, well, let's get rid of that right away. Don't want to give them a card, but don't want them to double adventure. Next turn, Greasefang, and then get this train rolling, literally. I'm out of removal almost. I am out of removal in hand. Let's just set this up here. Start to make this a huge creature. Guess draw a card off of that. Alright, so I'm completely empty-handed. They have their commander on the battlefield. They're going to do double triggers. They're going to put that adventure card, adventure equipment on their creature. They're going to destroy. Whoops. Okay. Well, I'm completely at the mercy. Well, it's in the graveyard. Never mind. I forgot all about that. It's in the graveyard, so that's the whole point of getting creatures into getting equipment onto the. Okay, that's annoying. They definitely have all of their double triggers here, and now they're just going to get so many things off of that, so no removal. Amazing. They're not going to block. They want all those triggers. Okay, that's fine actually. Yeah, okay, they're not doing it the right way. They are putting my vehicle back in the graveyard every single turn. That's fine. They'll get it eventually. To not do that, but that's okay. Drana. Ugh. So that's just going to bring everything back to life. They have enough for that. They're going to double. They're going to do a whole bunch of stuffs there. Come on, removal. Still not removal. Alright, let's bring out a creature that will help crew that, and then just go with more attacks. Alright, so they're going to double trigger. If they attack with Drana, that's gonna trigger too. If a creature attacking causes yeah, so everything's gonna trigger. Lots of triggers. This Kaya is pretty worthless, isn't she? Creatures you control gain death touch until end of turn, put a +1 and up to 1 until end of turn. If one or more tokens would be whatever. Yeah, I think it's death touch, whatever, but then.
Plenty.
Well, there's Parhelion, which would save me, but it's not in the graveyard, so yeah, this one wasn't good at all. This hand and this opponent, I suppose. Alright, well, we'll play that one more time, and then we'll play the ninja deck. There were no good sack outlets, and that was my best vehicle of all that could have saved me, but there was no way to get it to the graveyard. I see people play this card a lot of times. People really love this Tatsunari for some reason. They go first. We got a bone shards. Okay. Turn 1, nothing yet. Okay, there's my turn 2 mummy, which will let me drop my vehicle. It's not a great vehicle. Alright, that innkeeper's got to go. They have enough mana for their commander. They had a commander in play. If I get my 4th mana, I've got removal there. Got Liliana, but nothing to discard yet. We have treasure and blue mana. Uh-oh, Tamio. So we have an answer for that.
The future is written in oil and steel.
You do not write this story.
Didn't get my 4th mana, great. But I got the mummy to drop a vehicle into the graveyard. Next turn I've got to hit that planeswalker.
You cannot delay our
They're
victory.
passing with counterspell mana and I'm missing another land drop, so if this gets countered, we're dead. Okay. Bring back the 4/4. I'm sure they've got removal. It keeps pausing for them. There it is, makes a 3/3 that is tapped. Alright, that's nice. That's nice.
Submit, and Phyrexia will embrace you.
So they miscalculated there. Yes, it becomes a 3/3, but then not until
You
it,
do not write this story.
but it takes mana too. Okay, well, hopefully finally I'll get my next mana. Still no mana. Amazing. Okay.
A minor setback, but victory is inevitable.
Okay, finally, maybe can do stuff. Kogla, fine. We're gonna hit that. We'll give him the who cares. Toxie, okay. They just have every big creature. And I don't have enough things in the graveyard for Liliana to do her thing. Well, at least we got this Doom Whisperer. Okay, so now we'll be able to put good stuff in the graveyard. Hopefully. Old Gnawbone, amazing. Alright, so let's put some good stuff in the graveyard. Hopefully we don't take a lot of damage. Do I have enough mana to summon that demon? 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can do that. So we'll keep the demon up there. We'll double block. We'll double block the troll. That'll be fine. Play this demon. We've got a blocker. Go get the 2 best vehicles. That's a 7/7 in the air. That's fine. I'll chump block. Now, fine. Every single thing they played has been this huge